Stupid Garbage Podcast.
Oh, I like that. Oh my god, how dare you? Hi.
There you go. It's often hard to know how to start a conversation, but I find that hi or hello maybe
Oh my
a
god.
good place to begin. So Jess,
If only the listeners.
what are you bringing to the... Well, they don't. So what are you bringing to the pod today?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
My lack of a
Every
will
day
to live.
is the same. It's just...
Yes, every day is the same.
over and over again. Your hands are so cold.
Okay. You know, I had a really bad day, but it turned into a really good day. So now...
So you had a good day.
Actually, did I even have a bad day? I just had a slight headache, but...
Were you in a coma today?
I don't know.
What the
I
hell
feel like...
is up with you?
Oh, no, I had a really bad morning because I had a bunch of, bank shit to deal with and, the tax return from the government.
Jess, you gotta break some stereotypes here. You can't have all your problems be banking issues. But then it turned around and I found some money I had hidden away.
That's true, actually.
Stuffed into the walls. Gold bars that I squirreled up into the attic.
I found several thousands of dollars that I did not know that I had.
Jessica, come on. This is so hack. We get it. You're Jewish. Come on. What are you bringing to the pod?
But do you know I'm rich?
What are you bringing to the... Yeah, it's redundant. What are you bringing to the pod?
Nothing. Again, I had a bad day, and now I'm having a good day, and,
Okay, so...
Not because I found the money, but because of other things.
Regardless of whether you're having a good day or a bad day, you didn't do any prep?
Of course not. Too busy
So what
shouting at the bank.
Yeah, because you control it. What sort of day elicits prep? What sort of day gets
I think,
some sort of prep out of you?
none of the day.
Okay, no day. It's fine.
Days,
Never. Just say never. Just say you don't prep and you're not going to
the
start.
days when I don't have
Just-
work to do, like my actual job,
You didn't listen to me.
and when I'm not depressed.
Just tell me you're not going to prep for the show.
Well, when
That
there's
way,
look,
I
okay.
can know definitively that it's not going to happen.
I'll try.
Stop.
I'll try to create
Stop
more
lying
days.
to me.
I'm going to therapy tomorrow. Maybe I'll talk to him about it.
Wow. Okay. We'll see what happens.
Okay, great. What's your prep?
I had a couple things. One, do you have a real life Addams family that you'd like to throw into the mix?
What?
Like if you
a weird family?
Yeah, like say, the mom would be Bruce Jenner.
Oh.
The dad would be Caitlyn. Anything? What do you got?
The same person?
It's a joke.
I don't think it was funny.
I'm gonna be back here. You grab the reins. Let's
Okay.
see. You sit up.
No, you told me I'm too loud.
You steer the ship for 5 minutes. See where it takes us.
So to think of a real life Addams family.
You're driving, kid. You take the wheel.
I don't. His eyes are closed and he's yawning now. Going to bed. All right. Good night, Rob. I don't know if there is a real life who I'd put. Maybe Exotic Joe. Exotic Joe would be the child because I feel like he's already kind of a kid, and just having an adult as a kid would just be horrifying. Or Joe Exotic. Fuck you, Rob. You've trained me to do the wrong thing. Joe Exotic. God damn it. You're sweet. And let me think. I have to get back on that one. Maybe Jeffree Star would be the mom. Does he identify as a female or a male?
Cousin It.
Yikes. Yeah, I don't know what Jeffree identifies as, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think he identifies as a man. But I should probably not say anything until I know for a fact. So never mind. I'm gonna pass. Who do you think, Rob?
I'm so sleepy.
Okay. Steering the ship for 5 minutes. What do I have for you? My lizard is still brumating, so no updates on Peaches.
Great. He's been sleeping for 3 weeks straight. That sounds interesting. Sounds like a lot of material can be pulled out of that.
I'm getting more and more upset as every day goes by. Yeah. I'm gonna start painting him so I feel close to him again. And
That's fucking insane.
I'm making quarantine cards for
Crazy
my...
thing to say.
I'm making quarantine cards for my friends and family. So I've been doing a lot of art lately. It's been taking up a lot of my time. They say that the country's going to open back up again, or the state, in like 15 days or something. So that seems not likely, but, you know, that's what they do say. What else? I feel like my toe fact of the day that I said I wanted to bring up that Rob refused. It is better when I talk about things in general when Rob can respond to them, because then, you know, if he laughs, the audience will know when to laugh.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
But I walk on my tippy toes almost 24/7 for literally no reason.
Like a bird. 1:59 a.m., dear reader. I don't even think that was 5 minutes, but good god. I can't tolerate this.
I didn't prep.
You wanted to do, like a week ago, you wanted to do a Devil's Advocate saying...
Devil's Arithmetic, yes.
Yeah, I would play the sounder, but you hated all of them, so I'm not even going to do that.
They're kind of obnoxious.
I think you just have this strong, almost allergic reaction to any sort of prep or production. It seems like it's contrapuntal to your ability to be on the show.
Contrapuntal? Like counterpoint? Is that what that's... Contrapuntal? Like against the point?
Yes.
What a word.
It seems like any sort of preparation whatsoever makes you break out in hives or something.
Sure.
There's this visceral reaction to it. Anyway, so I'm not going to play the fucking sounder because fuck you. But Devil's Advocate, you wanted to argue that alcohol should be illegal?
Oh, yeah. Here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Here's how I feel about this.
Yep.
If you have weed is illegal, meth, coke, heroin, all that shit, they're all illegal.
And I can get you any of them right now.
Why is alcohol allowed? Alcohol is significant. Like, the whole, pro-pot people have all this nailed out. But, like, alcohol is significantly more dangerous than pot. It's, like, way less natural. Like, it doesn't make sense. And, like, all of the bad effects that you get from... smoking, like, it's also not really good for you to drink, so, like, that's not really an argument. And then, again, it's way easier to die from an alcohol overdose. It's, like, almost scarily easy to be in a very, very, very dangerous situation.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
How so? You're just really drunk?
Exceptionally inebriated.
Oh yeah, pod racers. I'm sorry that we keep promising or suggesting that we should do a drunk podcast and then never do it, but
You want to know why we don't do it, Jess?
Why?
Because that would require some level of preparation. That would require you at some point during the day having the forethought to say, hey, we're going to record a podcast today like we've been doing every day for the past 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Let me spend 15 seconds preparing for that.
Well, here's what happens. I'm always like, oh my god.
I just said what happens.
Listen,
you don't do that.
I know, but sometimes
You're playing The Sims for 4 hours.
Well, look. Here's what happened.
Okay.
Like, I know that when we go to my family's house, I'm going to get drunk. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's when we'll do the podcast. And
do that once a week.
Exactly. So, like, that one time I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to drink. And that'll be the one time that I do a drunk podcast. It'll be so fun. So the second we get home, we'll do it. But, like, when I'm with my family, I just, like, have a drink or two and get slightly buzzed. And then by the time we're home, I'm sober again. And I'm like, wait a second.
Okay, but Jessica, that's been the case for years. That's always...
Well, I never drink at my family's house.
Right. So, oh my god.
But now I'm drinking at my family's house since quarantine, so I'm like, oh, perfect. But then I always overestimate the amount I'm going to be drinking. And I also overestimate the amount that I drink throughout the week. Like, I don't really, if I drink on a Saturday or Sunday night, I'm not going to be drinking the rest of the week, probably. Because I'm elderly, and I don't know how to have fun. So, anyway, back to the why alcohol should be illegal. I feel like, it's a very dangerous drug, and where the fuck are we drawing the line, It's not, like, Coke gives you a lot of energy. Like, Coke helps a lot of people. Like, the whole thing where you were saying...
It's helping me right now get through this bullshit.
Where you were saying, now I lost my train of thought, you fucker.
Take your time.
What was it saying? before you interrupted me?
Saying Coke, where's the line?
Oh, yeah. You were saying that the reason that a lot of the countries aren't really big on letting drugs be legal is that, like, the opioid thing happened where, like, entire countries got shut down because everyone just got high and no one was being productive.
China.
So then it's like, okay, if that is the reason why drugs are not allowed, then what about cocaine? Because that would make a country more productive, arguably. Not only that, cocaine lasts for like 15 minutes, which is like, okay, you can handle almost anything for 15 minutes. Like, that's not a lot of time. But like with alcohol, like you drink, like if you just sit there and you have like 3 cocktails in immediate succession or whatever, like you can be drunk for like 6 hours. In theory. So I'm just saying, it doesn't, like, as you know, like, I've drank before and I've had a couple drinks and I cut myself off and like, okay, I need to stop drinking before 11, otherwise I'm going to be real hungover, but then I'm drunk until like 4 a.m. at least. So I'm just saying, alcohol doesn't seem like a good thing to be legal. And, yeah.
So, okay.
I'm just saying.
So you want to ban alcohol in the United States?
You know,
make it illegal.
I don't want alcohol to be illegal.
Okay.
I just want people to stop being hypocrites.
You just want cocaine to be legal.
Exactly. I want all drugs to be legalized. That's what I want.
So here's.
I guess both are pretty unpopular, actually. Both opinions.
Yeah. What would we do with shows like Breaking Bad if drugs were legal?
We would what?
You wouldn't have Breaking Bad.
I don't care. Breaking Bad wasn't great.
You wouldn't have The Wire.
I refuse to watch The Wire. You know this.
You see, okay, this is part of the problem. You have no taste.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If the worst possible thing that would come from like drugs being legal is that we would miss a little bit of media, fuck you. That's like being like, oh, wait, but if we stop human trafficking, there won't be any movies like Taken. What the fuck, Jess?
Excellent point.
Thank you.
We need human trafficking to prop up Liam Neeson's career. An excellent devil's advocate. I'm glad you're bringing this to light finally. God. But also, I would say you're not advocating that something should end, though. You're advocating for something
to begin.
Okay, don't have to be weird about it. But yeah, you're not saying because you're not saying if the worst that would happen is we miss out on media. No, the worst that would happen is that there would be a rampant drug problem as you legalize.
There's already a
opium
rampant drug problem.
Yeah, and that's with it being illegal. Can you imagine if it was not illegal?
It seems like not my problem though.
Like,
okay, here's the thing though. If drugs are legalized, I'm still not doing heroin. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, okay, the fact that
I guess I don't really understand why you care that much.
Because
you're not calling for alcohol to become illegal. You're not.
It just irritates me.
Going to do drugs even if they are legal.
Because it's like, and people, the way that people, oh my god, I need to sit up for this. The way that people,
stand if you want.
The way that people talk about drugs, or the way that people talk about alcohol, where it's just like they just talk about it as though it's not straight up poison, or like they're not doing drugs. It's like, oh, I just want a little drink before I do this, or like, oh, let's just, like, people make it seem like it's like literally nothing, where it's like, oh, let's have a drink before our date and then, you know, whatever. Like, it's so casual, and it's like you're literally doing drugs right now, and like no one thinks about it like that.
Yeah.
And it's like people get to the point, like, people in quarantine, they're like, I don't know how to get through this without a glass of wine. It's like, bro, that's an addiction. That's not okay.
You're addicted to coffee.
Yeah, that's not great either, but I made my choice where I said, I understand that this is a drug. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Everything should be legal. Where it's like, I understand that alcohol is a drug. I understand that I'm risking.
Do you understand that caffeine is a drug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I understand that I'm choosing to take a drug that I'm now addicted to so that I can have more energy in the morning. Like, I am understanding that. And I have Crohn's disease, and coffee makes my Crohn's disease way worse, and I still am like, I want this drug in my body.
Yeah, seems like a bad call.
Well, anyway, and then it's the same thing with alcohol, where it's like, when I drink, I as an adult understand that, you know, the likelihood of me getting hit by a car and like walking aimlessly into the street are higher.
You do that anyway. You don't need help.
I know, but I'm saying, like, it's everything is more dangerous. Like, the chances of me accidentally walking into the street are much higher. The chances of me walking into the street and also forgetting to look both ways, significantly higher. The chances of me, you know, just getting myself into a dangerous situation are just a lot higher because my perception is worsened and my senses are dulled and my inhibitions, blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that people really take the dangers of alcohol seriously. Because, like, literally everyone does it. Like, I'm in high school and I just want to party. Alcohol is just so I can party more. It's like, no. And a lot of people can't function without drinking.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Like, not even, like, not function day to day, but a lot of people are like, I literally cannot go on a first date without being drunk first. Or, like, having a drink. Or, like...
Yeah, but again...
Like, people go to the bar on a first date and it's like, it's so crazy that you guys are literally making a plan to meet for the first time and do drugs together. Right, that's crazy.
I don't know that this necessarily supports your widespread legalization platform. You seem to be vacillating between saying everything should be legal and everything should be illegal.
I mean, again,
both of which are pretty controversial opinions, but you can't hold them both at the same time. They're pretty diametrically
still want
opposed.
everything to be legal. I mean, here's the thing. I just want them all to be in the same group. Where it's like, sure, like, you are free. Like, I guess
that's fine.
In my ideal world, you are free to do heroin, you are free to do meth, you are free to do cocaine, you are free to do weed, whatever. But I think the fact that they'd all be lumped into one category, it's kind of like maybe people would take them more seriously, or like people would research.
Can I huff paint thinner?
I mean, again, I don't think that's illegal.
Sweet.
Is it?
Fucking dope. I guess not.
Well,
not in your world. Not
again,
in your
it's
ideal
like,
world.
It's like if you want to do, like, if you want to do drugs, that's your prerogative. If you know, because I feel like a lot of people that do drugs understand the repercussions of doing drugs. Like, no one's just like, oh, I'm going to snort this, or I'm going to take a needle and inject this substance into my veins. Like, no one does that without thinking about it. So just, like, you know, it should be on you. Like, again, cigarettes. People still smoke.
Cigarettes.
It fucking kills you. And it's like, the government has said this drug will literally, it is 100% proven that this will lead to an early death. Mm-hmm. But take it at your own risk. I think the fact that, like, our attitude about cigarettes should be our attitude about all drugs. Where it's like, if you want to do this stupid thing, be our guest.
You keep mispronouncing it. I think I go through about a pack a day of cigarettes, but I eat them and swallow them whole. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm really the control group, but
It just
sure.
Again, like,
good points.
I feel like it is kind of the government's responsibility to say, like, you who are too stupid to make your own decisions should have the decisions be made for you, but also, like, that's completely antithetical to the concept of America, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Like, we should, like, I don't know. And again, it's, like, the same thing with Corona, which, again, like, everyone keeps trying to educate me about it.
Yeah, it's a beer.
But I feel like, did you see there was a kid named Corona, and he sent a letter to Tom Hanks and was like, hey, I'm being bullied really badly because my name is Corona.
Would you mind taking the heat and insisting this be called the Tom Hanks virus? You were kind of the first big celebrity to get it. I feel like you're already more established. That'd be great. Thanks.
I feel bad for that kid, but that's hilarious. Yeah. Who would name a kid Corona?
I don't know. It means crown in Spanish.
Oh,
and
okay.
also in Latin, I think.
Never mind.
So
I didn't realize it was a word in other languages. Didn't stop to think about that.
That's why it's called coronavirus, because the virus itself allegedly looks like a crown because it has little points. Yeah, it doesn't actually, but
that's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah, I like that.
Killed 200,000 people.
Anyway, my point is that with Corona, it's like, if the people want to go outside. Sorry.
The people want to go outside with the virus.
You were in 2 wars?
There are 2 wars going on.
You were in both wars?
This is good. Just bereft of context. Quoting a show from 13 years ago. This'll go over well.
Always Sunny when they start a podcast. We watched that recently because we wanted to commiserate.
This is terrible radio.
Anyway, no, it's not.
Oh my god. This has been 20 minutes of hey, hello,
Wait,
there we go.
Why?
Some of the worst radio we've ever done. Why what?
What do you
Why
mean?
Is this bad?
We're talking about drugs. I mean, the whole point of a devil's advocate was that people would be interested in hearing our unpopular opinions. I'm literally talking about one. There's been almost no dead air.
Yeah.
What's your deal?
You're right. Do you have a favorite type of alcohol?
Tequila.
Oh, interesting. I'm more of a jet fuel guy myself.
Oh my god.
But
Sanitizer.
That's a good one.
Just
That's a
drink it
common
straight.
rehab beverage.
I could not even imagine, although I can't take a lot of alcohol straight, but I feel like I could not even imagine drinking straight sanitizer. That's insane. That, I mean, by design almost, it tastes horrendous.
No, not by design. They make it smell good, in theory.
That's crazy. I mean, I've accidentally eaten hand sanitizer before.
What?
Like, you use hand sanitizer and then you immediately forget that you have it on and you lick your hands.
And then you take a shot of it. The fuck you talk about lick your hands?
Then I pour it into my cup without thinking, No, I mean, I've licked hand sanitizer before and my god, it tastes awful.
Jess, I don't...
So anyway, tequila is good. Tequila's probably my favorite. And then rum. And then whiskey, probably.
Have you ever... do you have a favorite type of cocktail?
Blue Hawaiian.
Okay,
Actually...
more of a Molotov guy myself.
Oh my god. I think the Blue Hawaiian is good. What was the other one that I really like, though? Shit. There might be one that I like better than the Blue Hawaiian, but, like, looking at the Blue Hawaiian is just so fun. I'll order... Oh, like it's not a Mai Tai. It might be a Mai Tai. I think I love Mai Tais, too. My favorite cocktail is just straight tequila, personally.
How, what sort of... If you had to be a bird, what sort of bird would you be?
A vulture.
Interesting.
Actually, yeah, because then I never have to hunt. I just, look for garbage.
Well, you'd scavenge. Well,
yeah.
You do that anyway.
Exactly.
That's not very imaginative.
Okay, well, dude, it was so fucking cool. Like, a couple weeks ago, we were literally driving and we saw a ginormous fucking vulture bird. I didn't even know they had those in New York.
What?
Yeah, remember? We were, like, pulling onto our street and there was, like, a dead squirrel. And this fucking demon bird was just... I think there were 2 or 3 of them and they were just, like... Yeah, it was so fucking cool. I was like, this is straight up, like... the African safari shit. Like, I did not know there were fucking vulture birds in this area.
Okay, first of all, stop saying vulture birds. They're vultures.
Well, there are different types of vultures.
There's a squirrel rodent in the middle of the street. And then a dog canine walked by, and the vulture birds, what are you doing?
Right. I didn't know, well, because I'm trying to make up for the fact that I don't know what kind of vultures they are.
Okay, they're all birds, though.
Anyway, I didn't realize...
It's not helpful.
I didn't realize there were vulture
It's like saying, it was a dog mammal. I don't know if it was a Great Dane or a Rottweiler, so I'm covering my bases. No, dog does that.
Okay, fine. There was a fucking cool vulture. I didn't know those were in New York.
Vulture
Although,
bird.
when we went to the Poconos, we saw turkey vultures.
Turkey vulture birds.
No, turkey vultures is a complete statement because that says the species.
Turkey vulture birds. So, yeah.
Dude, didn't I ask you one time if birds were a fish? I said something along those lines.
Yeah, okay. You want to know something funny, Jess?
I know, you mentioned this in the podcast, and I said, no, you're an idiot, fuck you,
Yep.
But now, I'm remembering it.
You're dropping the lie.
I'm pretty sure I did say something like that. I don't remember why.
Yeah, you asked me if birds were mammals, I think.
Oh.
I know why.
Yeah.
Because you got shit for brains. Your head is full of shit.
No, I forgot, or, I couldn't make sense of the fact that birds were their own thing. I was like, birds have to fit into a category. Are birds fish?
Animals.
Are birds reptiles?
They're animals. Where most people have brain matter, you have shit. Someone screwed your brain open, your head open, and shit into your head. God.
I could get into that.
It's just, this is such a whore. Could suck the quarters out of a parking meter. God.
I'll do it.
I'm
also broke, so. Anything for those coins.
What do you feel about the Pope?
Look at how beautiful this hair curl is.
Jessica, this is an auditory medium.
Alright, well, I'm not talking to them, I'm talking to you. Almost as if I'm ignoring the fact that I'm being recorded right now.
I'm gonna take another 5.
About the papa?
Take it a 5.
No, stop!
You talk about the Pope.
No one, they don't like me, they like you. Get back here.
I'm taking a 5.
My feelings about el papa?
Yeah, lean in. Talk about the Pope.
I have literally no feelings about the Pope, except
That's a good stretch.
There was a movie that we saw recently with Anthony Hopkins.
Yep.
And some other man.
Pope Francis.
And it was actually a pretty decent movie. It was extraordinarily long, but also good. Not horribly exciting, but definitely good.
What was the movie called, Jess?
No idea.
It's called The Two Popes.
Was it?
Yep, that's why I said it.
I don't know anything about the movie.
I don't know anything about anything.
Rob seems to say it was about Pope Francis, so I'm gonna take that as fact. Yeah, so that was a thing that happened. I think there were other famous people in it, but again, cannot remember a thing about that movie. What else we got? Jippus? What?
You got another 3.5 minutes to fill. I'm on break.
Okay, let's see. I already told you guys about Gigi Hadid. What else is the haps in the news, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, apparently UFOs have been sighted?
So you can take 5 now if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have any feelings about the concept of the papacy?
That's where I should have started, probably.
You know?
Popes,
Not just
I mean, look.
Specific. I read... Yeah, go ahead.
I read a quote that was I think it was from Community, actually, and it was saying, like, how can you prove that... What's the difference between...
What the fuck are you doing? Jessica, we're live. Are you kidding me?
If you had to choose...
Do you want to pause while you figure out this bullshit Pope quote?
Point A or point B? No, so basically it was, like, talking about the church and saying, I think, something along the lines of, where does a church land in terms of a cult or a book club? And, I really...
Oh my god.
I really should have... I think I screenshotted the quote, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to pretend to look for it. But basically, yeah, I feel like church is a book club, and I think this was also included, you know, that no one has read the book, and it's just fucking... whatever. I think religion is the most ridiculous concept in the world. That should be our devil's advocate.
Yeah, the Pope gets to... Well, I don't know how controversial that necessarily is.
I think it's... the people that are into religion, for some reason, are so into it.
Almost like religiously so, yeah.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, if you believe that by committing yourself to religion you'll get eternity in paradise, yes, it does make sense.
I know, but it doesn't make sense the fact that someone could be convinced that they spend eternity in paradise with literally no evidence.
Listen, this is not the road I meant to go down.
Okay.
This.
Well, you shouldn't have asked me about religion.
I didn't, really.
Yeah, I think the papacy is bullshit. I think it's ridiculous.
Papacy. He's the Pope, not the Pap.
It's papacy.
Is it Pap Francis? No.
Anyway,
I don't think so.
It's definitely not papacy.
Jessica, what's the name of the job? What's the title?
Anyway.
He's the Pope.
The Papa.
Okay? The Pap? That's gibberish.
Mr.
That's
Paps?
nonsense.
Yes,
Exactly.
I think it's, child molestation is kind of a thing with them.
That's why I belong to the church.
Isn't great.
Yeah, if you have any Catholic friends and they're like, oh yeah, I still go to church sometimes, but like I don't support that. Every church service, if your friend's going to church still, they hand out a collection plate and your friend puts $3 into it. Your friend is funneling money into the largest child sex ring ever. So,
yeah, I don't.
Your friend's terrible. I hate you. I hate your friends.
Such a weird
Fuck
and
all of
oddly
you.
specific.
So the Pap, the Pap gets to choose. I think it's interesting. He gets to pick a new name and, assume a new identity as the vessel of God. Like the current Pap just gets to pretend, oh, he's Francis now. He gets to pretend like he wasn't fucking prostitutes in a favela 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, fucking them in the butt. So we wouldn't get AIDS, as if you can't get AIDS from anal. But they don't know. They don't know. They're not big on contraception. But anyway, what would your name be if you were the pap?
I would just always fuck in the butt if there was no contraception.
It was definitely not the question I
asked. Sorry, what would my name be?
Mm-hmm.
Jess.
Okay, I don't think you understand.
Is that not how...
I don't think...
Do they get to choose their own name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jess,
I was being facetious, but also that's a serious question. Really?
That's heavy stuff. Really what?
Okay.
Yes, really. What?
Maybe going with the bird thing, I'd be like Falcor or something. You like that?
You would single-handedly dismantle, I think, any institution of Christianity.
Damn right. I would...
Pope Falcor.
If you gave me...
such an asshole. Pope Falcor the First.
If you gave me that kind of power to be the vessel of God, I would take all of my godly powers and I would summon the devil immediately. And I'd be like, finally we can be together. Besides Robert,
Jessica,
my one true love.
You are literally, word for word, as if you're reading it out of the Bible, you're describing the Antichrist. You're describing your mission in life as that of the prophecy of the Antichrist.
Oh my god. I would summon him and we would dance.
And you would summon the Prince of Darkness.
We would dance the night away.
And there would be 7 years of the angels of heaven and the saved souls against the souls of the damned and the demons of hell, and Armageddon would come, and after the rapture, yes, this is all. So is all in Revelations.
I should start my military.
There's a book of the Bible committed to this.
I should start my military training now, then, to be ready. I'll start it when I get the papacy.
Yeah, this is a good plan.
Papa.
Yeah, Papa is without an accent is
Potato,
and Papa with an accent is Pope. The Pap. So okay, you'd be Pope Falcor the First. That's
maybe the second. I don't know.
Nope. I'll guarantee right now.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. There's probably like a very serious record of all the popes. How long can they serve for? Like their life?
It's a lifetime appointment. The previous Pap, Benedict, I think Benedict the Second.
Benedito?
Maybe not. Maybe the fourth or something. Whatever. Previous Pope, Pope Benedict was appointed in 2005, I think, and he stepped down in like 2014.
Oy.
He was the first pope in 700 something years.
Oh wow!
To step down, and I
wait, is that what the movie was about?
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't
we watched
Francis.
No,
Bro,
Jessica, for the love of Christ.
I don't understand.
For the love of Jesus Christ.
A thing. Yeah, that sounded familiar. I was like, I recognize this story. I don't remember his name being Pope Benedict, but
Okay, what did you just say about it not being Francis?
It clearly... Oh, God. Was it the Rise of Pope Francis?
Popes.
Yep.
2 popes. The name of the movie was 2 popes.
It was the Rise.
2 popes. Okay, no, Jessica, it's not a Star Wars trilogy. Okay?
The Rise of the Planet of the Popes?
Planet of the Paps.
I'm actually kind of quick today with my references and thinking of things on time.
Yeah, you got a real way with words.
Well, it didn't come to me, like, after we recorded for once.
So, anyway, that's all I have to say, really. Yeah, 2 popes. They had the whole appointment thing and the white smoke out of the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
The first papal conclave in the Sistine Chapel was held in 1492. Same year that Columbus discovered the New World, and the last of the Jews were expelled from the Iberian Peninsula.
Snarf.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go on, get.
All right.
Anyway, so you'd be Pope Falcor.
What about you?
I don't know, Pope a wheelie. I Pope. I don't know. That'd be funny. Pope-O. I'd be Popo.
Popo.
That's what I'd be.
That's cute.
Or I don't know.
Yoko Popo.
Yeah, there you go. Popo Ono.
Damn it.
That's what I'd be. I'd be Pope Ono.
Popo Ono.
Popo Ono. Papa. Oh no.
Popo, no.
Where are you going to, Popo? Yeah, no. I'd be pap smear. So,
Isn't it schmear?
No, that's on a bagel. Are you kidding me?
I thought it was pap schmear.
No, Jessica. No.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right, Rob's head is in his knees.
No, it is. It just doesn't matter.
Oh God.
I was making a joke about bagels and
I didn't
you
get
being
the
Jewish.
bagel joke.
Yeah, pap schmear. So, that'd be me.
What else you got, buddy?
I'm just so tired.
It just like recording for like 20 minutes just drains your energy so much. It's incredible. It's like watching
tired.
a god fall.
I am. Rest I must. And then I wish I could do that. I wish I could just become one with the Force.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big dick move by Yoda. Like, I'm tired. I gotta bye.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he said there is another Skywalker. I don't know, maybe that was before. But yeah, he says tired I am.
Wait, who's the other Skywalker? Oh, Leia.
Leia!
I got it!
His sister!
I got it, but he knew about his sister. The movie's so not. Look, wow, that was probably... When did Yoda die? Movie 1? Movie 2?
I think the end of the second one.
Oh, okay.
As Luke goes off to confront Vader. Yeah, I think the second one. I don't think he was alive because he came back as a Force ghost. I think even at the end of Empire, let alone Return of the Jedi. But
my lord, do I have to rewatch Star Wars?
Jessica, spoiler alert, dear Jess, you're not gonna like him.
Hey, dear readers, did you know that I have a striking resemblance to Carrie Fisher? And,
Maybe now.
What?
Maybe now.
Rude. She's in the ground.
Yeah. I'm saying you're skeletal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No extra weight on me. That's it. I'm getting from
You are
that.
wearing 2 different sets of pajamas. What the fuck are you doing? You're wearing the top. You look like it looks
Scrooge.
like. Yeah, like Scrooge, or like the pajamas they would hand out at Auschwitz. And then the bottom, they're all vertical stripes. The bottom are much... You look like that Katy Perry when she wore pajamas to whatever what was it? Met Gala or who fucking cares? Anyway, but the bottom... On the bottom, the top you got gray and black, or gray and white rather. And the bottom you have light pink and white.
The best thing about
much
my shirt
wider
is
stripes.
that it's like what's this material? But it's really thick, and it's like this could keep you warm in any stage of the winter, and it is buttons.
Or something?
Like it buttons.
It does have buttons,
which I usually stay away from when it comes to bedtime because I'm tired. I don't want to button up a shirt right now.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bedtime is reserved for clothes that are so easy to put on, and this one has buttons, and I just resent it so much. But I was like, I'm a little chilly, and I want something that's going to keep me warm for the rest of my life. So I put it on, and then I thought I couldn't find the full outfit. So I was like, I'll match as close as possible. And
This is... We need to queer eye this up. This is bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe I could be Pope Faggot. That would really, I think...
Hey.
Force... No, I think I'm saying that would force the church to do something
I don't like
about...
those words.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I think that would really demand some sort of action on the church's part about saying, like, all right, we got to talk about this gay thing, finally.
They do talk about it. They just say, we don't like it.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe.
I don't think the lack of talking about
You're
it.
You're right. Maybe it's not a fully formed plan.
You could use it to educate them, though. You could use your role as Pope.
Pap, you got it. The Pap.
I was gonna say you could use your role as papacy.
Yeah, no, I think, and hear me out.
Oh God.
I
hate these so much.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be a particularly good pope, but I think what little I could do would be very explosive.
Okay.
You know, like I would have
That's
a very,
good.
very, very devoted following, and I would wield that following for radical means. I would take back all of Italy.
Okay.
Enough
From who?
from Italy. The Vatican used to control
Oh.
much larger. I mean, you know, it was the Vatican, it was the Pope.
No, I literally don't know anything about
They
it.
used to have a lot more land. I would take Italy back for the Vatican. But
To
anyway,
what end? What would your goal as Pope be?
I don't know, just for fun.
Okay.
What's any Pope's goal?
Um,
Fun. So
bring the ways of God to the people or some shit. I don't know.
exactly, some shit.
All right.
I'd mix it up.
Maybe I would use it to fight for the gays.
I'd compete in the X Games.
Okay.
I was the Pope. That'd be sick.
Is there an age limit, like where the president of the United States you have to be at least 40 or some shit?
35. For the papacy, no. In
35
theory,
is young.
I don't think, but you do have to be voted in by all the cardinals, and they're all usually very, very old men.
Okay.
So
Question:
yeah.
Why
Yeah.
has there never been a young president?
Oh, there have been.
What was the youngest president?
The youngest president-elect was Kennedy. He was 38
Oh, okay.
or so
Alright.
when he was elected.
That ended well.
Yeah,
Ew.
when he was elected, Barack Obama was 45
That's not that.
or so.
I'm talking about fresh-faced
think maybe
35-year-old.
Let me see.
Well, that's crazy. A 35-year-old sounds really young, but they're literally 10 years older than I am.
Yeah, Jessica's 49. Yeah, Barack Obama was
They're also
47, it looks like.
Okay. They're also not 10 years. My math is incorrect, but, you know.
Look, listen.
Close enough.
Listen. Did you know, speaking of buttons, do you know why women's buttons are on the left side and men's are on the right?
My buttons are on the right side.
Well, then you're wearing men's pajamas.
Are you... This?
Here, sit up. Let me look at the tag. Just talk.
Oh,
for a
God.
bit while I'm doing this.
Women's clothing also... Oh, dude. You know what's crazy? Miss, Mrs., and Ms. are all literally just, like, telling people that...
What your marriage status is?
Yeah,
It says
fuck-
small, which doesn't really help.
Fuck you.
Could be small.
You know what I mean?
Like small.
Why do
women's
you...
or men's.
Misters are just misters because it doesn't matter whether or not they're married. And I feel like the fact that, like, every single time from now on, anyone ever asks me, oh, sorry, are you Miss, Mrs.? I'm just gonna be like, no. I'm literally gonna answer...
Jessica!
I'm gonna answer no, or, like, it's mostly on written forms, but I'm literally gonna write N-O.
No.
Because, like, how dare you ask me that? It is none of your fucking business whether or not a man speaks for me.
Anyway,
Fuck.
if I may cut you off there and speak for you, do you know why, though?
I'm gonna kill myself. No, I mean...
Because when buttons were invented in the 1300s, women, particularly high status women with money, who could afford clothes with buttons...
I know what high status means. Idiot.
had like a foot lady, had a woman who would dress them. High class women would be... Nobility especially would be dressed by another woman, so men putting on their own clothes would, do it with their right hands, but a woman being dressed by another woman facing her, obviously most of them were right-handed, it was easier to do it flipped, because it was their right hands as opposed to the woman themselves.
First of all, as a lefty, I resent that. Clothing should not be made...
No, you shouldn't resent that, because it helps you, because buttons are on the left side in women's clothing.
No, I resent the fact that
being
people...
good for you.
Yes, but I resent the fact that people, don't consider left hand... Whatever. Anyway...
The word sinister is from sinister, which is left. In Latin.
I think
dexter is
sinistra...
right.
No.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought that was left in Italian.
Maybe it is, I don't know.
Sinistra? I don't know.
Is izquierda in Spanish.
I like
Doesn't sound anything
sinister.
like it.
I think that's a very good word. What is it? It just means like malintended. And...
Evil.
No, but I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of
sinister
specifically
means?
what the word sinister means.
It means evil.
No, I know, Robert, but when you say like I always say to you, I'm like, oh, they're the same word. And you're like, no, they're not, Jessica. If they were the same word, there wouldn't be two words for it. Each word is different, and they all have different meanings. And you used to rant about that all the time. So now, whenever I say this and this or whatever, you go, they're the same. I'm like, no, they're not. And you went on a whole fucking spree about...
I know, but your vocabulary is so small that it doesn't matter.
Not true. And I Google words all the time to make sure that I know that I'm using them correctly. Anyway, God fucking damn it. Secondly, that's so well thought out that they take the buttons and they're like, okay, women don't dress themselves. Like, that's crazy thought out that...
Oh, no, it's not.
It is. I'd be like, buttons or buttons or buttons or buttons. Like, I would never think to be like,
that would be literally the first thing you think of.
Not at all.
You would make one shirt and be like, oh, this should be the other way around.
Guess what? I'm a woman, right?
The second shirt, if not the first one, would have buttons on the correct side.
Guess what, though? I have a lot of women's clothing, and I have some women's clothing with buttons on them, and these buttons are on the right side, and guess what? I did not notice.
I know, but you're not making clothes. And also, you don't think about anything.
Rude. Also, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people put a lot of thought into which side the buttons go on. I would argue it could not matter less.
It's just a okay.
Buttons being on the left or right side does not make it any easier or harder for me to button up a shirt. I'm sick of you for not being able to maybe acknowledge the fact that I have a point ever.
Well, then we're sick of each other. This seems like a good place to stop.
All right, bye.
See you later, pod racers.